All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to Night Moves here for a Saturday, November the 8th. I'm getting ready for a huge day of sports betting. I don't know about you guys. Thank you for hanging out and waiting for me. A few of you here waiting patiently. I just have too much sports to try to cram into, 90 minutes. How long can I be here? How long are you going to keep me here tonight? We've only got everything in the world to look at here on Saturday: college football, NBA, NHL, college basketball. There's some UFC tonight here in Las Vegas as well. So we'll have some picks at Tony'sPicks.com, and we'll have some picks right here on Night Moves, a big card of action. I don't know where to begin, and I don't know where it all ended here tonight on Friday night, but we did see some pretty good action here with some college football tonight. On Friday night, we saw a band. I don't know if I hit them very well, but we did see Central Florida lose to Houston. Houston drove 62 yards and kicked the game-winning field goal with 2.5 minutes left in the game, and they outgained UCF by 150 yards. UCF led at halftime 24-17, could only manage 3 points in the second half. Here come the Houston Cougars to get it done there and win at Central Florida there on Friday night. Also, we saw Tulane over Memphis. Memphis has split its last 4 games after that 6-0 start. Get them out of the playoff pool there. They're not going to make it here now as Tulane wins it. Tulane's 7-2. They led 35-17 at halftime, won it 38-32 as Retzlaff passed for 332 yards and 3 touchdowns. So at Memphis, that was short-lived there in the college football playoff. We'll see what happens now. Who's it going to be? North Texas, Boise, San Diego State. We'll see what happens in that number 12 slot. Northwestern, they got clubbed by USC at the Coliseum. 11 receptions, 161 yards, and a touchdown. The Trojans outgained Northwestern 480-280 and dominated there. It was close a little bit early, but how about USC with that fake punt? They put the third string quarterback in, and they gave him the same number as the punter. You have to officially change it, but they did earlier in the week. They didn't cheat. They just gave, in college, you can't have 2 guys in the same number on the field at the same time, but you can have same number on the sidelines. So they bring this man in to run a successful punt. He's wearing the same jersey number as the punter. They didn't know he was a third string quarterback. They threw a pass there, a pretty funny moment, and it was USC clubbing Northwestern there on Friday night. All right, there was some good college basketball action too as well, and some good NBA ball certainly there in the NBA Cup. I want to thank yesterday DeAndre for bringing us home some winners here yesterday. Hey, I brought home some winners on Night Moves as well yesterday, as I had the over with the Celtics and the Magic here on the Night Move show. I also had Raptors and Hawks game to go under. DeAndre gave us Toronto in that one there, and also I had the over in Detroit and Brooklyn yesterday here on the show. Also came through here yesterday with picks on the show, including Charlotte and Miami game to go under yesterday was a winner here on the show as well, and Warriors and Nuggets over there last night. Also, some good college basketball highlighted by that North Carolina-Kansas game. Kansas led 37-29 at halftime, and the Tar Heels outscored them 58-37 in the second half, shooting 67% from inside the arc in North Carolina, and they had to hang on. They actually built a big lead. Kansas came charging back, but didn't have enough time or points to come back, and Carolina got the win there, 80-77 on Friday night. Georgetown over Maryland, 70-60. DeAndre gave us that one too. He gave us North Carolina. He gave us Georgetown there yesterday, as well as Georgetown got the win 70-60. They led 11-0 right out of the gate, and Georgetown got the win, despite the fact that Maryland went to the free throw line 37 times and made 30 of them. Hey, Utah State beat VCU, so I guess the Mountain West won one game there. They led by 18 with 11 and a half to go and held on. In that one, I was trying to see if the Mountain West could lose again. Kent State rocked Cornell, scored 110 points and a 110-102 win there, and a few other basketball scores and notable results here. Delaware lost to Wilmington, not UNC Wilmington, Wilmington, Delaware. So that's a bad loss for the Blue Hens. They lost to a D2 team there yesterday. Santa Clara rocked McNeese in the late game, 79-67. They easily got the money. Watch out for Gavalyugov of Santa Clara. Gavalyugov, you guys, watch out for him with Santa Clara. George Mason edged Winthrop 96-90. Patriots were 31 of 43 from the foul line in that one. Mincy, 29 points. He is a scorer. Missouri beat Southeast Missouri State just 89-85. Oregon edged Rice. They had to come from behind. Rice led 32-27 at halftime to go to 2-0. So I think those were the highlights there. I don't know, NBA, the only thing of note there, I think, was Warriors lost again to the Nuggets. You know, the 34-41 when Curry doesn't play. DeAndre did give us the Nuggets in that game. So it's a quick look at some of the action for Friday night. We got so many games to go to on Saturday. Let me say hello to the chat and just get started here. I mean, we can only have so many recaps on a busy night. We got all these different sports. I'm hopefully going to pick some good games to cover with you guys and make some picks with. Hello in the chat too. Timmy Chushu is here. Good, easy 4HK. I don't know, that probably got a different name there, but man, this YouTube thing and these new handles here, I don't know if that's supposed to say it like that, but I'll just say good. I'll just say good. Be More Gooch is here. Always loving the DMV crew. Let's see here. Free indeed. It's Greg. Okay, good. That's what I need. I need Greg here bringing me the chat. There's Mr. Whiskers in the chat talking about those Trojans there last night. And they got it done. They smashed Northwestern. Was not even close. All right. Let's see here. Timmy's got a little NBA talk from the NBA Cup there last night. You know what we could do actually real quick to maybe kind of cover the NBA, since I don't want to say the results were nondescript. I mean, it was just not just any old night in the NBA with the NBA Cup. But let's just tell you right now, we got Toronto on top of Group A with a one-game lead over Cleveland and Atlanta. Detroit and Orlando are both 1-0 atop Group B, but Boston does have a loss. So does Philadelphia and Brooklyn. Group C, Miami and Milwaukee are 1-0 there with the Bulls 1-1. Knicks and Hornets trail. Timberwolves and Thunder are in Group A in the West. They're both 1-0, but so is Phoenix. Their Group B, Lakers and Clippers are in first place at 1-0. Memphis is 1-1, and in Group C, it's San Antonio and Portland, both 1-0. Denver is 1-1. So that's what happened now. Still got each team has to play two more games there in the NBA Cup. All right. And let's get it going here right now with the action here on Saturday, I think. Let me just see who else is in the chat here. All right. Yeah, I think we just start the show. We got to start the show. We can't wait any longer. I'm going to go to college football here, of course, and I picked a lot of SEC action in case DeAndre came by. So let's just take it from the top here in a rotation order anyway, with Georgia here taking on Mississippi State. If Georgia here at 9.5 point favorite here in this one as we get the show started here with Georgia on the road. Yeah, 10, and the total here is 56. Georgia coming in 7-1, 5-1 in the SEC. They've won their last four. They've won them. Some easy, some not so easy, but still, Georgia kind of in a good groove here right now. And like I said, 5-1 in conference play. Mississippi State is 1-4 right now in the SEC, but they did win last week to get their first conference win, 38-35. Georgia, a terrible favorite, 7-19 last 26 as a favorite, and last 2 years, Georgia just 10-14 against the spread in conference games. Georgia also just 7-19 last 26 against the spread, coming in off of a win. Mississippi State, they're 7-1 against the spread so far this season. 3-0 against the spread as a home dog this season. They used to be the worst home dog around. For the last 5 years, they were 2-13-1 against the spread as a home dog, and that's totally turned around. They're 9-4. ATS is a last 13 games in conference. Now, Georgia's won the last 5 meetings between the two teams, but they have failed to cover in 2 of the last 3 into Starkville. 2-1 straight up, 1-2 against the spread. Last 3 games have gone over between these two teams. Man, it feels like Georgia's really strong right now, but Mississippi State is a moneymaker right now. Ooh, it's tough. I'm going to take the over in this one with Georgia and Mississippi State. Oh, man, what are you going to do? I mean, these trends definitely favor Georgia, don't they? It's just a matter of that Georgia talent. Will they outweigh here? Look, Mississippi State, I mean, they got a veteran quarterback in there, so there should be no worries there, I think, a little bit. Of course, we know that Georgia's got their veteran in there. I say veteran this year, so let me see what you guys got. Anything from the chat? No, nothing really from you guys. All right. Mississippi State, says Timmy Two Shoes. They have some fight in them. Take the Bulldogs, says Timmy Two Shoes. I'll just take the over here in this one with Georgia and Mississippi State. But, man, it is tough to ignore some of those trends right there, isn't it? I mean, it almost just curates itself to take Mississippi State with all those numbers kind of going their way. It's just that they have only won 1 conference game in basically the last 2.5 years, but they're covering everything in sight here right now. Georgia's 18-2 straight up on the road in their last 20. They've won 5 straight meetings overall against the Bulldogs, but still Georgia just 6-14 against the spread in their last 20 overall. So, if you put them in their uniforms and you looked at them physically, you'd probably just take Georgia. But, man, is it a soft spot here for Georgia? I want to say hello to Fubu in the chat. He says take Georgia to cover. I'm sorry, well, wait a minute. He said he'll take the dogs to cover. This is the Bulldogs against the Bulldogs, Fubu. Are you trying to pull a fast one on me? I'm on the Bulldogs too. All right. I'm wondering which one he is. Sometimes you can kind of tell there. Georgia, gotcha, boo-boo, gotcha. You got me, though, too. It took me a second to remember. I could have just made my old standby joke. Just take the Bulldogs here. All right. Anyway, Georgia got off to a slow start, but pulled out a close win last week, and it's already happened like four times. The same storyline every time. Last week they trailed Florida 20-17 in the fourth quarter, but still won 24-20. Uh, they could have scored. Remember, they were going in, and Stockton took a knee last week, so that's how it is. You don't go in and just rub it in on a touchdown. So you got to cover these numbers, and it happened again last week. Kind of couldn't get the number right. So Mississippi State pulled off an upset over Arkansas last week. All right, Mr. Weskers. I waited too long for Mr. Weskers, and now he's tired. But he says, "How about the Sharks?" Okay, Mr. Weskers, I gotcha there. Maybe I should mention the hockey there. I don't know if we were, didn't review it, but I was going to review it when we got there. There were only 4 games last night, but yeah, the Sharks. But hey, you know what? I was on them too, right? I was on them here on the puck line anyway. Okay. BYU and Texas Tech looks like the game of the day here. Really, yeah, there are a lot of good games. We got a lot of SEC I put down here because I love talking SEC football no matter what. But you got BYU coming in here 8-0, 5-0 in Big 12 play. Texas Tech is 8-1. They're 5-1 in conference play. This is the big one of the day here, and it's big noon kickoff. So let's see what you got here in this one with BYU. Bachmeyer having a great season, almost 1,700 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. They've been scoring big time conference points so far. 24, 38, 33, 24, 41. I'm just reading them off the logs here, these numbers. But BYU 18-9 against the spread. Last 27 as a road underdog. 12-16 against the spread. Last 18 coming off of a win. Texas Tech, meanwhile, they're just 7-1 this season against the spread so far, but now they're laying the points kind of here against the undefeated BYU team. Under Coach McGuire here, Red Raiders 13-6 against the spread as a home favorite, 19-12 against the spread in conference games. Tech has been fortunate, averaging almost +1 in the turnover department per game. Texas Tech has gone under in 5 of their 7 games so far this season. Last time these two teams met was 2 years ago. BYU beat Texas Tech 27-14 at home. BYU was a +5 in the turnover department in that game. So far this season, Big 12 home favorites are 20-12 against the spread, but at 11 points, I got to take the BYU Cougars here. I'm going to take the Y over Texas Tech. I got to figure there'll be some points probably scored here. Maybe my lean is to the over, but I see you guys in the chat kind of chiming in. Let me see here. Fubu says he bought some big time points here and took 16.5. Timmy Chushu, he wants maybe Texas Tech here. And Mr. Westwood said it is a tough game, no doubt about it. He kind of likes backing those Mormons. And Timmy says BYU at home. Yeah, but I got to think the world of Bachmeyer there. And also Texas Tech. Let me see. Morton did have injury status in this game, but I believe it's been. Let me see here with Morton. Yeah, he is probable, right? I mean, you got to have Morton in there with his 1,700 yards this season, 15 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. So great matchup, great game in the big noon kickoff on Saturday. Puba says, what do you think about the under? I don't think much of it. I kind of think when you got a couple of quarterbacks who can really do it, it is good defenses, Fubu, but I think these quarterbacks here, maybe I should switch my play to the over because I think I do like it, but I'm going to go with the BYU as my official play here on the show. But you might see somewhere down the line, I might be on the over. So, all right. All right, the Iowa State Cyclones are on the road taking on TCU. Iowa State's lost four straight, but I thought this was a decent game to at least try to check out with TCU a 7-point favorite here. TCU is 6-2, 3-2 in conference. Iowa State's 2-4 right now in conference play, but Iowa State 14-9, last 23 as a road underdog. However, they've failed to cover right now in four straight games. So they were 5-0 at one point. Maybe I made the schedule too far in advance to preview this one, but Horned Frogs struggling to run the ball. They've run for less than 100 yards in four of their last five games coming into this one. Under Coach Dykes, TCU is 12-8 against the spread as a home favorite, and also he is 33-25 in his career as a home favorite. Frogs are 17-13 under Dykes in Big 12 games, but TCU has allowed over 300 yards passing in each of their last two games coming in. Four of TCU's last six games have stayed under the total. Iowa State has won five of the last seven meetings between the two teams, and the Cyclones have lost here actually in four of the last five visits. Four of the last five meetings have gone over in this series. So Iowa State and TCU here in this one on Saturday. Let's see what you guys have here in this one. If you guys want to chime in the chat, I'd love to hear your plays and flash them up on the screen right here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. You want to get your picks on there, don't you? Iowa State here 6-2 against the spread. Last eight games against TCU. TCU is 8-4 ATS. Dating back to last season, they've also won 10 of their last 12 straight up. TCU has gone under in four of their last six. I think I mentioned that. I'm going to go with TCU here, actually, to club Iowa State, and I got them to cover the 7.5 points here. Give me the Frogs over the Cyclones in this one. All right, next up, the Texas A&M Aggies are on the road, taking on that undefeated record on the road here to take on the Missouri Tigers. A&M's 8-0, of course, 5-0 in conference play. Last four games, they've been really racking up the points. They scored 31, they scored 34, they scored 45, and then they scored 49 points. They've won their three road games in almost nip and tuck fashion, 41-40, 45-42. They did win 49-25. They're 6-2 to the overs so far this season. Their sophomore quarterback certainly looking pretty polished here at this point, but A&M is just 4-7 against the spread. Last 11 as a road favorite. Coach Elko just 3-7 against the spread as a road favorite. A&M 11-15, last 26 in conference. Missouri has lost two of their last three after their 5-0 start. They've got a pretty good quarterback, of course, that used to play at Penn State, but I could get into a bit of a shootout here, it feels like, under Coach Drinkwitz. Missouri is 8-3 against the spread as a home dog in his career. Also, Missouri 13-9 ATS under Drinkwitz when coming in off a loss. He's 25-20 against the spread in conference play. A&M has won the last two meetings between the two teams in a convincing fashion, 41-10 and 35-14, although they have split the last six games here in Columbia. I got to take Texas A&M in this one to rock Missouri. Give me A&M on the road, cover a touchdown here against the Tigers on Saturday. All right. Timmy's on TCU here with me. And Mr. Wesker says maybe take that Missouri money line at home. Timmy said also Texas under. Maybe he means Texas A&M or, yeah. The Oregon Ducks are heading in to take on the Iowa Hawkeyes here, and Oregon is a 6.5 point favorite on the road, taking on Iowa here in this one. For Oregon, they come in 7-1 and 5-1 in the Big Ten right now. For Iowa, they're 6-2 and 4-1 in the Big Ten. So this game's still pretty important here right now. Oregon's allowed 14 points or less in 6 of their 7 wins so far. Their only loss, of course, was that 30-20 game against Indiana at home. So Moore has looked pretty good here as the Oregon quarterback. Coach Lanning, 11-5 against the spread as a road favorite, 21-14 against the spread in conference play. The Ducks are 18-10 against the spread when coming off of a win. Oregon averaging over 300 yards rushing over the last 2 weeks, and they've held 4 of their last 5 opponents to under 280 yards. Iowa, meanwhile, has won 5 of their last 6. They were held to just 13 and 15 points in their 2 losses, but got Gronowski here at quarterback. Iowa's 9-4 last 13 ATS in conference, and Ferentz, who's been here forever, has been pretty good at getting the money in conference play. Last 3 games, Iowa has been terrific defensively. They've really stymied their opponents, but Oregon brings you a little bit of a different challenge. Iowa is 36-24 last 60, coming in off of a win against the number. So these 2 teams haven't met since the turn of the century. Nothing to look at there. So let's see what you guys have in this one. If you have something in the chat, let me know. It's Oregon for Mr. Weskers. I'm going to take the under here in this one with Oregon and Iowa. Mr. Weskers says take the Ducks and lay it. Kansas Jayhawks are on the road here in Tucson, taking on the Arizona Wildcats. Arizona's a 5-point favorite, and the total 47. Kansas is 5-4 right now, 3-3 in the Big 12 so far. They got Jalen Daniels, quarterback. They're gone over in 4 of their last 5 games overall under Coach Leopold. They are 13-23 against the spread as a road underdog, and Kansas is also coming in here having covered 13 of their last 24 in conference play. I guess that's 13-11, nothing nondescript. But for Arizona, they've lost 3 of their last 5 after a 3-0 start. Got Fafita in here at quarterback. Arizona 5-10 against the spread. Their last 15 conference games overall. They're also 8-12 against the spread last 20. Coming in off of a win, Arizona's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games overall, and 2 more teams that have not met this century. Kansas comes in having failed 4 of their last 5. They're 2-7 last 9 on the road straight up, dating back to last season. Arizona just 7-13 overall against the spread in their last 20 games. Let's see what you guys have here in this one. Kansas 2-5 ATS, last 12 in conference. And nothing from the chat in this one. I'm taking the Kansas Jayhawks plus the points here. Give me 5 points with Kansas on the road against the U of A. All right. Timmy liked it over. He says, hopefully they score. Going to have to score to get the over. I agree with you, Timmy, though. I think over might be the call. All right. The Auburn Tigers are on the road taking on Vanderbilt. Well, it's been a rough week for Auburn. I thought we'd touch on this one too. Anytime you get a coach fired in the SEC, get those resumes ready. Fired their coach this week, and Auburn's lost 5 of its last 6 after a 3-0 start. That's unacceptable at Auburn. So do have Arnold at quarterback, of course, and Auburn comes in here having gone under in 7 of their last 8 games overall. For Vanderbilt here, what a season it's been. Hey, can't win them all. Still been a great year. They're going to be live here, certainly here moving forward. 7-2, 3-2 in conference play. Pavia here, great quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the country, Heisman candidate. Under Coach Lee, Vandy's 4-7 against the spread as a home favorite, actually, but 20-7 against the spread in the SEC under Coach Lee, and 13-3 against the spread actually in the last. Or I'm sorry, 10-3 against the spread last 13 conference games overall. So that momentum that he's brought to this program and the transition that they've made to be one of the best teams in the country this year, despite those losses, they were tough games. Vanderbilt here has gone under in their last 6 meetings with Auburn. Underdogs have actually covered for the last 5 series games. The teams have split the last 6 overall. I got to take the under in this one with Auburn and Vanderbilt here on Saturday. Teflon Dodon is here, and he likes the under with me. Mr. Wester says at least basketball can get it done. Timmy likes Vanderbilt. And he says else want to send them home, right? New coach, been a rough week at Auburn, and now you got to go on the road. Oh, hey, maybe they'll be fired up. Maybe they can get it together, but taking on one of the, best teams, they have losses. It just feels like they're really, really good. And hey, if they get going here, Auburn's still not done yet this season. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, let's keep it moving here right now on Night Moves. Thank you for joining me here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel as we go over the card here for Saturday, and I'm going to an ACC matchup now with the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, and they're taking on the Virginia Cavaliers. Wake Forest comes in 5-3, 2-3 in conference play. Virginia's 8-1, 5-1 in the ACC. Their only loss was to North Carolina State, 35-31. 3 of their last 4 wins were by 3 or fewer points. But hey, you get in position, you get it done, you win the game. That's what you got to do. And Wake Forest has done that. Here they're getting 7 points in this one from Virginia on the road. Got a very experienced quarterback, played at both Auburn and South Carolina, of course, and got a Wake team that's gone 8-12 against the spread their last 20 conference games, and they're not running the ball very well right now, having failed to rush for 100 yards in 3 of their last 4 games. For Virginia, 3 of their last 4 wins were by 3 points or fewer. So it'll be tough to cover a touchdown, it feels like, despite how strong they've been. But with their quarterback, Morris, he's played at North Texas. He played at TCU. You got these guys coming in with their money. What happened the other day? The quarterback is not even a starter anymore, right? Or who was it flashing his money on the Instagram? These quarterbacks go to all these schools. Under Coach Elliott, the Cavaliers are 19-10 against the spread in the ACC. They're also 12-6 against the spread, coming in off of a win. 4 straight games for Virginia have gone under here. Deacons have won and covered 5 of the last 6 series games between the two. So they played Virginia well. It's just that Virginia's on this massive heater here with one of their best teams certainly in years right now. Wake Forest won 37-16 and 16-10 in their last 2 visits to Virginia here. And look, Wake's got a pretty decent team, and I'm going to take the under in this one. I kind of want to take the dog here, but I think my best play is on the under in this game between Wake Forest and Virginia. Maybe you guys have a comment on this one in the chat. Let's see. Hello to Victor Rojas in the chat. Timmy says Wake's a cover machine too. And thank you, Landon. Right, he's showing the flash of them. Hey, I got more money. Look at that! I got $100 bills, $100 bills, all hundreds. All right, Timmy says Wake Forest can cover this one. Oh man, Virginia's got a lot of momentum. Let me just go with the under here in this one. I'm never going to stop talking SEC football here on the Tony Spitz YouTube channel, unless we got the two last place teams or something. LSU taking on Alabama here with the Tigers 5-3 coming in, 2-3 in conference play. So yep, they've got a new coach too, obviously. But Nussmeier, feels like this is a game that shapes up pretty good for him actually here. He's thrown for all these yards here with the LSU, and LSU's just 3-6 against the spread their last 9 games as a road underdog, but feels like a decent spot here against the Tide, getting double digits. Come on. LSU's allowed 10 points or fewer in all 5 of their wins this season with a real good defense. And there are 5-2, the under in their games against FBS competition. Of course, they scored a bunch of points against their FCS opponent, but Alabama's 7-1 now, 5-0 in conference play. They've won their first 5 SEC games. Some have been close. They won by 3. They won by 16. They won by 3. They won by 17. They won by 7. So for Alabama here under DeBoer, they're now 8-2 against the spread as a home favorite. He's 19-12 in his coaching career as a home favorite. Alabama's 14-7 against the spread. Their last 21 in conference play. Alabama's won 11 of the last 13 in this series. LSU is just 1-5 straight up, but 3-3 against the spread. Last 6 trips in here to Alabama. I think we got some comments from you guys in the chat. I might make the call here. Alabama. Hi, Bobby Keys in the chat there. He says Alabama to cover. And Mr. Wesker says LSU is not going to have a good day in this one. Timmy says Clemson Tide blasts LSU as he's given up on the Tigers. And Mr. Wesker's no fan of Nussmeier. I actually have the under in this one between LSU and Alabama. Give me the under 49 in this one. All right, and finally here, I'll look at the final game that I'm going to look at in the college card. And you guys come up with a suggestion before the segment's over. But you got Navy here taking on Notre Dame in this one. And a pretty good game here for sure. Teams with good records coming in a very important game considering Notre Dame's situation right now in the college football playoff. I think that's what everyone's kind of focused on here. You got to take on Navy, and we know sometimes with some years it's a blowout for Notre Dame, but some years Navy kind of gives them the business as well. So that what makes this one a little bit tough to call with a 4-touchdown spread here. And the total is 56 here in this one. So look, Notre Dame, it feels like they can name the score, but ever you get Navy here running their offense and they can run it effectively, Notre Dame has dominated this series all time. It's 81-13-1, and they've won 43 straight games. Navy had a 15-year stretch where they did win 4 games versus Notre Dame and lost 5 others by less than a touchdown, but those days are long gone, it feels like now. Notre Dame has won 5 of the last 6 by at least 22 points, including 42-3 when they played in Ireland, remember, a couple of years ago. And last year was in New Jersey, 51-14. Notre Dame won that one. So this is you got Notre Dame here top 15 schedule. Meanwhile, Navy plays basically the easiest schedule in the country, one of the easiest anyway. So Navy lost their first game. Their last week. It was their first game against a team in the top 100, or maybe inside the top 100. So we'll see here, but it feels like Notre Dame can name the score. I'll take the under in this one with Navy and Notre Dame. Maybe 4 touchdowns is enough. Maybe Notre Dame just goes with a little courtesy win. Navy covers, as Timmy Standon says. 20 quarterbacks will score tomorrow. All right. Hey, that's it for college football. Hope those games were good. There's just some other great games. I'm looking forward to San Diego State. Hope they can win at Hawaii. Keep those national championship hopes alive. Can't believe I'm saying, I'm kidding, but I'm not. Indiana at Penn State was a good one we didn't look at. Some Big Ten games in there for sure. Let's keep it rolling, though, here on Night Moves and go to the NBA, where we have an 8-game NBA card here on Saturday. All right, NBA action here for Saturday. The Mavericks are on the road taking on the Wizards. The Mavericks are a 3.5-point favorite. The total 230.5. Probably could have skipped this one, but we're going to preview them all here on Night Moves. Both teams come in terrible right now. Dallas has lost 4 straight, and Washington has lost 5 straight right now. Washington is 1-8. Against the spread, 0-4 against the spread at home. Dallas is 3-6 ATS, 0-4 against the spread as a favorite. What gives here? 8 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Dallas has been an under team for sure this year, 2-7 to the under, and 0-4 to the under as a favorite. But Washington's 3-1 to the over at home. They're 6-3 to the over. Overall, they've gone over in 5 of their last 7. I got to take the over in this one with Dallas and Washington. They both can't lose. Can't they? Oh, man, Mr. Wesker said, what about Nebraska? Yeah, Mr. Wesker, you know what? Raiola was out, and I just said, hey, Nebraska's, they're kind of falling off here. I know what – look, I'm Nebraska. You know that. You know I'm all about Nebraska, but had to cut it down here a little bit. All right, Raptors and the Sixers here in this one. The Raptors come in 5-4. Philadelphia comes in 5-3. They're a 4.5-point favorite. And the total 237. Raptors come in here with a 4-game winning streak right now. Meanwhile, the Sixers have lost 2 in a row. Raptors heating up here. They won and covered against Cleveland, Memphis, Milwaukee, and Atlanta. But Philadelphia has been terrific against the spread as well. Even though they lost to Chicago and Cleveland, it was a push against Chicago, and they covered the spread against Cleveland by 0.5 point. So it wasn't easy to get the money, but they have continued to get the money. What can you say? They're a 4.5-point favorite here over the Raptors. Philly's 6-1-1 against the spread overall. They're also 6-2 to the over so far, and 3-0 to the over as a favorite. I'm going to take Philadelphia here in this one to cover the 4.5 points and keep it going against this Indiana team that certainly has had its share of setbacks and injuries here, and it continues to kind of plague them a little bit. So I think I just would rather try here with Philadelphia as a short dog at home against Toronto. I think I said Indiana there, but you know what I meant. Let me see here with the oh man. I was a peek at the injury report here for Philly. McLean's questionable, Mr. Whiskers, for Philly. Paul George questionable as well. I'm going to take Philly in this one. All right. And Mr. Wesker says he likes Toronto in this one. They've got the momentum. He said, "Why would someone want Philly? I don't know. They are 6-1-1 against the spread so far. They're one of the best spread teams in the league. So I don't know. All right." Trailblazers and Heat in this one. You got the Heat favored here by I'm sorry, the Blazers are favored on the road here by 2.5, total 240. The Heat come in here with some injuries, no doubt about it. Bam Adebayo, he is questionable here in this one. Does feel like he's probably not going to make this lineup here today. And for Portland, Tybalt is questionable, and Sharp is probable here in this one. Portland coming in 5-3 right now. Miami is 4-4. However, against the spread so far, Portland 6-2 ATS, but 1-2 ATS is a favorite. Meanwhile, Miami is a perfect 3-0 at home. Now, Miami did play yesterday. We mentioned that because uh, remember Coach Bolstra's house burned down of all things, but they did come out with the win there yesterday over the Charlotte Hornets in an under. So still were able to overcome that a little bit. Portland is 1-2 against the spread as a favorite so far this season. They're also 3-0 to the over as a favorite. Miami is 1-2 to the under at home so far this season. For me, I got to take the Miami Heat in this one. I know they're on the back-to-back and probably missing something here with this matchup because Portland is favored on the road. I mean, it's not like they are better than Miami. I don't think at this point. Miami is 3-0. Yes, Bam is out, but Portland is still a bit of a challenge for that team, right? They've got a young team still, and will have to overcome some of these road woes anyway. They are 2-1 straight up on the road. All right, yeah, give me the Heat in this one. I'm gonna go with them again. I mean, I've been riding with them all the way. Mr. Wester says Portland's better than the Hornets, and Timmy says I played Miami in the points already. Chicago Bulls at the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Bulls come in here 6-2. Cleveland comes in here 6-3. We got a good one. Cleveland's won 3 straight. They're definitely heating up here right now. They're still 3-6 against the spread and 3-6 against the spread as a favorite. Meanwhile, Chicago's 4-2 against the spread as an underdog coming into this one. Although they are just 1-2 on the road, Cleveland's 3-1 at home. Cleveland's 1-3 to the under at home this season. Chicago's 1-2 to the under on the road. Chicago comes in here, have it off the loss to Milwaukee there on Friday night, 126-110. Cleveland, meanwhile, rocked Washington 148-114. So both teams played yesterday. Chicago's just 3-7 against the spread last 10 games against Cleveland overall. 4 of the last 5 between these two teams have gone over. I'm going to take the Bulls in this one here plus the points. Look, I think the Bulls, they struggled there in that last game out of a good Milwaukee team, but Cleveland here, they were the team that was on the road. Yes, both teams are traveling to get to this destination technically. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bulls in this one. All right. And Mr. Weskers likes the Cavs. Okay. Lakers on the road taking on the Hawks. The Lakers come in here hot. They're on a big winning streak right now, and nothing's going to stop them, it feels like at this point. Lakers 5 in a row, cover the spread in each game so far here. They come in 7-2 against the spread overall, 4-0 against the spread on the road, 2-0 against the spread as a favorite. Meanwhile, for the Hawks here, they're 3-6 ATS, 1-3 against the spread at home. Lakers are 8-1 to the over so far this season, 3-1 to the over on the road. They've gone over in they've gone over in 8 of their 9. That's all their games so far. So Atlanta here has gone over in 7 of their last 8 games against the Lakers overall, including 4 of the last 5 here. Give me the over in this one between the Lakers and the Hawks. I got to go over in this one. All right, and let's see. Timmy might be on the under there, and Mr. Wesker says take the Hawks on the money line. Pelicans and Spurs here in this one. You got the Pels on the road here. 11.5-point underdog. They're 2-6 coming in. Spurs are 6-2 right now. Spurs come in off of the win over Houston last night, 121-110. Meanwhile, New Orleans does comes in here well rested, trying to fight the yawns here a little bit. The Spurs are 3-0-1 against the spread at home so far this season, although just 2-2-2 is a favorite. New Orleans are 2-4-1 against the spread as an underdog. I think even with the fact that the Spurs are without rest and the Pelicans are coming in here with some time off, it feels like that the Spurs can rock them. I'll take the under, though, with New Orleans and San Antonio. San Antonio is 1-3 to the under at home so far this season. I'm going to go under here. New Orleans gone under in 4 of 6, and 13 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams have gone under. The Indiana Pacers are taking on the Denver Nuggets, and the Nuggets are hot. They've won 3 in a row to go to 5-2. Pacers continuing to struggle right now, 1-7 coming into this one. They've lost a few nights ago to Brooklyn, 112-103. Denver, meanwhile, played last night. They beat Golden State handily at home, 129-104, easily covering 9.5 there in that one. But you know what? The Nuggets on back-to-back, sometimes it's a little bit tough. And you have the Pacers here coming in rested in this one. I'm probably going to be on the Pacers, actually, despite the fact that they've lost 9 of the last 10 meetings to Denver overall. I'll probably still be on the Pacers here, plus these points. Indiana's gone under in 6 of their last 7 games. 13 of the last 20 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but I'm going to take Indiana here in this one, plus 11.5. Okay, let's see here. Can the Pacers cover? Can the Pelicans come in and cover? Thank you, Timmy. I got one more here on Saturday. Man, what a card, huh? How about the Suns taking on the Clippers here? Clippers favored by 4.5, 225. In this one, got the Clippers coming in here 3-5. The Suns are 4-5 right now. Clippers have lost 3 in a row to Phoenix, Oklahoma City, Miami. They failed even more than that. They are in a spread slump, having failed 6 straight games. They're 1-7 ATS so far this season. Phoenix is 0-4 ATS on the road. I don't know which team you want to trust less. Here is what it feels like. Phoenix has gone 3-1 to the over on the road, and the Clippers have gone 4-1 to the over at home. 8 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams have gone over. I got to go over in this one with Phoenix and the Clippers at 225. All right. Suns money line for Mr. Weskers. And Timmy Chushu likes Harden here. All right, that's it for the NBA. Great job, you guys. Now, on hockey tonight, there was a lot of action, and I didn't get a chance to put in the goalie names like I like to. So we'll just have to kind of mention them here as we go along. I think maybe play it by ear a little bit, and we won't harp too long on the previews. I don't want to get as much information about the games as we can, but this is tonight an 11, a 12 game card, and don't want to keep you too long here. You already been with me here an hour on Night Moves, and we got a big NHL card here tonight. New Jersey and Pittsburgh in a great one here. New Jersey comes in 10-4. Pittsburgh 9-4-2. But look at these. Here we go again. You got New Jersey favored by $2. Now I know the trends would certainly favor New Jersey here, so it may be hard for someone to even get off of New Jersey, given the, I believe the recent domination here. Let's see. New Jersey has won 9 of the last 12 meetings between the two teams and 4 of the last 6 games here in New Jersey. New Jersey's won. Let's see here. All 6 games at home. New Jersey's won all 6 games at home so far, but man, is it going to be another one-score game, one-goal game? Pittsburgh's 8-1 on the puck line. On the road, 9-2 on the puck line overall. I think they were favored a couple of times, but they still got the puck line then as well. So I just think look, New Jersey at home, they've been pretty sharp. Pittsburgh continues to, everybody wants to bury Pittsburgh here, right? And Sidney's too old, right? But look, he's one of the hottest players in the league right now with this scoring attack here at this point, and what he's doing here right now. He scored a couple the other night, so Pittsburgh's looked just fine. Doesn't feel right to even want to consider them as a $2 dog, other than maybe they could be a little bit tired, and maybe with New Jersey on the road, but forget about it. I'm going to take the dog here, I think, in this one with Pittsburgh. They are at plus 1.5 at minus $1.50. So give me Pittsburgh here in this one. I'll take them on the puck line. New Jersey for Mr. Westers. Hughes for an anytime goal. Maybe an under here for Jimmy. Senators are on the road taking on the Flyers. Senators are a road favorite here, $1.20. Total 5.5. Ottawa's won 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams. 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Get a Flyers team in a good groove here, 6-3 straight up at home, 7-3 against the spread overall. Ottawa's 6-1 to the over on the road this season. 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams have gone over. I think I'm going to go over in this one. Ottawa's gone over in 5 of 8 as an underdog and 5 of 9 at home. Give me the over here with Ottawa and Philadelphia here on Saturday. Okay. Senators are a mess, says Timmy Chushu. All right, next up, we've got the Stars taking on the Predators here. Stars $1.60 on the road, total 5.5. Predators have lost 3 straight. Dallas has lost 3 of 4, but Dallas is 3-1 on the road straight up. Meanwhile, Nashville's 5-7-4 overall, 2-8. Puck line dog. For Dallas, they're 6-4 on the puck line in their last 10 games. So let's see what you have here in this one with Ottawa and Philadelphia. With Dallas and Nashville here tonight. Nashville's gone under in 4 of their last 5. 8 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Dallas has won 6 of the last 7 meetings between them and Nashville coming in. Nashville's lost 6 of 7 and 4 of their last 5 at home. Dallas has gone under in 7 of their last 10. I'm going to try another under here. I know Dallas has had a few scoring outbursts, but let me go under tonight at 5.5. Okay, thank you, Mr. Westers. No problem. If you're not ready for any hockey tonight, I'll try to make it fast here. Get us out of here. Kraken taking on the Blues. And you got the Blues $1.50 here in this one, having lost 8 of their last 10 games coming in right now. The Blues have fallen apart after that hot start. Here they're 5-8-2. Seattle's 6-3-4, but Seattle's lost 5 of their last 6 actually to St. Louis, and they've also lost 5 of their last 6 here in St. Louis. Seattle comes in having lost 6 of their last 8 games overall, and St. Louis has gone over in 6 of their last 9. For me, I gotta go ahead and take the Blues here in this one, minus 150. I'll take the chalk. I'll take St. Louis over Seattle. Next up, the Capitals are taking on the Lightning here in this one. You got the Lightning $1.50, total 6 under. Washington comes in 6-1. Tampa Bay is 7-5-2, but Tampa Bay's been the hotter club. They've been pretty hot here of late, going 6-3-1 in the last 10. Washington is just 1-3 as an underdog this season. So far for Washington here coming in for this matchup against Tampa Bay here. You got a Washington team that's lost 5 of their last 6, 6 of their last 12 on the road dating back to last season, but they have beat Tampa Bay in 4 of their last 6. Tampa's won 6 of 7. They've also won 5 of the last 7 between these two teams overall. Tampa's gone under in 8 of their last 11 games coming in. I'm going to take the under in this one with Washington and Tampa Bay. Give me the under. Timothy's on the Blues, and he's on the Lightning as well. All right, next up, the Bruins are at the Leafs here. Keep it going on a Saturday night. Leafs are another $2 favorite here against this 9-7 Bruins club. Toronto's been strong, no doubt about it. They're on a 3-game winning streak, but Boston's on a massive winning streak right now. They've been cruising here, looking very, very strong right now with their 5-game winning streak. Boston's gone over in 6 of their last 9. Toronto's gone over in 9 straight, including 6 straight at home here right now with impeccable offense. Toronto's 12-2 to the over this season, 6-2 to the over at home. They're 11-2 to the over as a favorite. Got to go over here in this one. Give me the over here with Boston and Toronto. I'll be your Huckleberry. Give me the over. All right, Pasternak for an ATG. All right, and we've got Utah next up, taking on Montreal. Utah comes in with a 9-5 record right now, but they've lost 3 of their last 4. Montreal's lost 2 straight. They're 9-3-2. This should be a good game, but both teams are having a little bit of a downturn right now from a pretty good start. So, Utah's won here 8 of their last 11 overall, but they've gone just 2-4 of their last 6 against Montreal. Montreal's gone over in 6 straight games coming into this one. Montreal's 15-5, last 20 at home, 9-4 straight up, last 13. They've also won 6 of their last 7 in conference play here, but for me, I'm going to take the over in this one with the Mammoth and the Canadians. Canadians are 4-2 to the over at home, and even though Utah's been an under team this year, they've gone under in 7 of their last 10. They're actually 5-2 to the over as an underdog. And last I checked, I'll check again, pretty sure that Montreal is still going to be the favorite here, and that's why I'll take it over in this one. Let's see. Montreal $1.10, $1.15, whatever. Give me Montreal in this one. All right. Then Timmy says go over in Utah on the Habs, and so does Timothy Chushu. Is that you guys? Are you to get? Is that 2 Timmys back to back? Let me know. Nick Schmitz for a goal, and he's got in there New Hook. All right, Did I have the right graphic up there, you guys? Did I do the right graphic? Oh, I hope I did. Ah. All right, let me just say it here just in case I didn't have the right graphic up there, but I am going to be on Montreal here at minus $1.15. They are 4-2 straight up at home. And I'm sorry, they are 4-1 straight up at home, 7-2 straight up as a favorite. And I'm going to take them here against a Utah team that is 5-2 to the over as an underdog. Give me Montreal. Next up, trying to find my hockey box. Here we go. Islanders taking on the Rangers here in this one. Ooh, Rangers $1.55 here in this one. It's pretty stiff for a team that can't score at home. The Rangers have been absolutely dreadful so far at home this season. Who in their mind? Maybe this is the one to take them. I mean, eventually it's gonna. The misery is gonna end. Rangers are 0-6 at home, but they've won 4 of their last 5. Islanders have failed to beat the Rangers in 5 straight. Why would they do it now? The way the Rangers are going at home. I mean, the Islanders. Will they finally let the Rangers win one game at home? Rangers are playing well. I mean, they were on a winning streak. I know they lost, but they came back with a win last time out against Detroit, 4-1 on the road. Islanders, meanwhile, have not been a good cover at all here of late. See what you have here in this one. Go to the chat here. Rangers in regulation says Ron G. And maybe Timmy says maybe under because the aisles are just a mess here right now. I don't want to be that guy to take the. It feels like I don't want to be that guy to kind of take the Kings here right now. Islanders are 11-3 to the over so far, but the Rangers are 5-2 to the under. I gotta think this one's going over here in the Islanders and the Rangers. Give me the over in this one. Sabres and Hurricanes. You got Buffalo coming in here, taking on Carolina. Did see some injury news for Carolina come out late last night, so the news wasn't good. It's a pretty serious injury to Ghosty. He's hitting the injured reserve list, so more problems for Carolina. They've definitely had some injuries so far this season, and Buffalo coming in here on the road, still going to be a huge favorite. And man, you just gotta almost want to capitalize on all these underdogs right now because there's so many 1-goal games, and when you got these $2 favorites, you gotta feel like the dogs are going to be able to come through. Here in this one, Buffalo's plus 1.5 at minus $1.20. But it just seems like right now in all these games, this is the way it's kind of rolling here. It's hard to win by 2 this year in the NHL. Buffalo comes in here with 2 straight losses. Carolina's won their last 2. Carolina with wins over the Rangers and Minnesota. Buffalo, meanwhile, lost to Utah and St. Louis. Carolina's 4-1 at home. They're 8-2 as a favorite this season. Meanwhile, Buffalo 0-2, 3-6 as a dog, but they are 5-4 as a puck line underdog, although 1-3 on the puck line here. But the way this is going, I got to take the Buffalo Sabres here, plus 1.5 goals in this one. More injury woes for Carolina here. Buffalo has had not a great time so far, but hey, they're still at least living here 500. They're not 5-4. It's a lot of regulation ties. Hanging in there, do the Sabres. I'm going to try them here in this one. All right. And Ron G says, I know it sounds repetitive, but I'll take Carolina money line in regulation. That'll get the price down for sure. Seth Jarvis, anytime goal for Timmy. And Teflon Dadon says he likes the Canes. Timmy says Sabres could take it the last 2 minutes and still lose by 2. All right, hope I got those comments in from you guys. Let me keep going here. There's a long show. Panthers and Sharks. Here we go again. More Panthers. Big favorite here. Sharks have been playing out of their minds, right? I mean, they won again. Well, they've been great, man. This Sharks team feels like if we finally turn the corner with these guys, yeah, they're 5-6-3, but Florida's only 7-6-1 here right now. And like I said, the way these 1-goal games are going now, look, I know that Sharks played last night and Florida did not, so that's got to be a bit of a factor for sure. But at these prices, I just feel like so many games are 1-goal games. I'm going to take another underdog here with the plus 1.5 with the Sharks tonight. They're actually getting here plus 1.5 at. See if I get this price here, guys. Plus 1.5 at minus 120. So give me the Sharks here against the Panthers. Look, they're still the Panthers. I get that. We know they've been off to a little bit of a rugged start here right now, but it's starting to get going. And they're 7-6-1 here currently. San Jose is 9-6 to the over as a dog. Florida 7-5 to the over as a favorite. Florida just 2-5 straight up on the road here this season. Give me the Sharks on the puck line in this one. Cold Dog is taking the same with me. Timmy says take the Panthers. It's Cold Dog. Avalanche and Oilers here. Man, I've been sitting handicapping these games so long. Avalanche and Oilers here in this one. You got Colorado coming in on the road, $1.15, total 6.5. Colorado coming in here off of a win, but they've had several days off. They beat Tampa Bay. They've won 3 of their last 4. Edmonton off of a loss. They've also had several days off. They lost back-to-back games to St. Louis and Dallas last time out. Edmonton is 4-0 at home so far this season, but Colorado's 4-1 on the road. Also, Edmonton, in their only role as an underdog this season, they did lose. And they are an underdog here to the Oilers. Edmonton's 4-2 to the over at home, but Colorado's 3-7 to the under in their last 10, 2-6 to the under on the road, and 4-9 to the under as a favorite. I'm going with the under here with Colorado and Edmonton in this one. Give me the under tonight. Couple more here now. We got the Ducks taking on the Golden Knights, another $2 favorite. And don't they know the Ducks are 9-3-1, the Knights are 7-3-3. This is a big game. You got Anaheim here on a big time winning streak. I mean, this is Anaheim hasn't been doing anything like this in quite a while. It's been terrific. They're coming in the win off Dallas. They also beat Florida, New Jersey, and Detroit. They've been so hot right now. Vegas has gone just 2-4 in their last 6 games, although 4-2 last 6 at home. Last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under here in this one. I know I missed a game. I'll get back to it on that one. Sorry about that. Too many games. Anyway, Anaheim's gone over in 6 of their last 8, but 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under here right now, but maybe that was with a different Anaheim. Anaheim 6-4, 8-5 to the over so far this season. VGK is 7-3 to the over in their last 10, but I'm doing it again. I'm taking it Anaheim plus a goal and a half at minus 150. I didn't know it was minus 150, but I'll take Anaheim here in this one. One more here, and it is going to be the Blue Jackets here on the road against the Canucks. Hope you don't mind. We didn't do the goalies didn't do the goalies up very well here, but long card and playing some spots here for sure. So hopefully it's understandable. Got the Canucks here on the road, taking on the Jackets, 115, 6 over at minus 125. Columbus comes in here 7-6. Vancouver comes in here 7-6. Columbus with a pair of losses to Calgary and the Islanders. Vancouver, meanwhile, did beat Nashville. However, they lost to Chicago last time out. Vancouver is just 2-4 straight up at home, while Columbus is 6-4 in their last 10 straight up. Vanderbilt, they've gone 5-1 at home so far this season. Now Columbus, who is sub 500, has gone 4-3 to the over on the road, but maybe that was just the way it worked out. They were able to get the matchups were better, I think, here. Vancouver's looking pretty strong here right now, but man, I want to kind of take Columbus here. You look at the trends in this particular series. Columbus has had not much success here. 1-4 in the last 5 on the road. 6 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Vancouver's gone over in 6 of their last 7. I'm going for an upset here. I'm taking the Blue Jackets tonight. Give me the Blue Jackets on the road. All right. Hey, I got a few college games, and then this show's going to be over. I don't even know if we're going to call out the winners. Man, what a day it's going to be of sports betting. Hey, let me miss burying the lead here. You can go over to Tony'sPicks.com and get our premium picks. Absolutely, my best picks are every day over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15% off all premium pick packages, including mine here on Saturday. I'll have my UFC package up for the fights here in about 12 hours from now, and I'll have those plays up. I've finalized the plays, just got to get them in there for you, and I think I'll be able to have a big card tomorrow in the UFC. So check me out at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code Tony T at checkout, save 15% off those premium pick packages here. Tomorrow, main event, Bone Fiend versus Brown, welterweights, clash, and a couple other fights as well I'll be looking at. So check me out over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use that promo code Tony T at checkout. Okay, so just a few games here real quick, and I'll just kind of touch on them here. Maybe the scenario for each team here is we're just into the first game or two for a lot of these teams, but now we're starting to see some trends here a little bit. So let me cover it here from at least a few games on a busy Saturday. We got to do with the basketball here. We know it's a football time, but got to get going here on some of these. And let me check out Georgia here. There we go. Georgia on the road here, taking on. Do I have it right? That's a football game. There's too many games on my screen. I'm in order. I couldn't find it. Here we go. Top of the board. Noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, Alabama and St. John's. I mean, come on. We can figure this one out. Alabama won their opener, taking down North Dakota, 91-62. They did not get the money, though. They were favored by 35.5. St. John's, meanwhile, beat Quinnipiac, 108-74. They did get the money in that season opening game. St. John's went over also in that game. And I'm taking St. John's here to win over Alabama on Saturday. Give me the Johnnies -6 in this one. Timmy might be with me there. Next up, Vanderbilt is on the road, taking on Central Florida. I figure this one had a little bit of intrigue anyway. Here with Vanderbilt on the road. Vanderbilt coming in 1-0 Central Florida coming in here 1-0 as well. So feels like a pretty important game here for these two teams. Definitely a good clash of styles here, actually, between Vanderbilt and UCF. Like I said, Vanderbilt comes in 1-0. They got the win in their first game, 105 to 61 over Lipscomb. Big time cover there. Meanwhile, UCF won 82-78 over Hofstra, but they did not cover in that one. And still no cover in the night game. In the let me see here, give me right. UCF did not cover against Hofstra. Okay, 82 to 78 is a 9.5 point favorite, so they did not get the money in that one. Vanderbilt did get the money. Both teams went over in that first game, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take the over with Vanderbilt and Central Florida. All right, and Timmy says St. John's to cover, and he likes it over. Thanks, Timmy. Yep, it's you and me here right now. We're almost done. Just a couple more games, please. Hang out with me here on Night Moves. Going to be here with you for 90 minutes tonight. And I've got 6 dozen of you here watching me on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. So really appreciate it. Make sure you're getting some of my premium picks here tomorrow. I'm going to have a big day with this college basketball and UFC card. Virginia Tech is at Providence here in this one. This one's actually in Uncasville, Connecticut, so a little bit of a neutral site. Maybe Providence is slightly closer, but I don't know if there's any true advantage here. You see a Virginia Tech maybe favored by 1. I've saw Virginia Tech and Providence a pick 'em. I don't know if Providence ever made it to favoritism just yet, but still a pretty good game here right now with Providence and Virginia Tech. Providence comes in 1-0. Virginia Tech's 1-0. Providence beat Holy Cross 89 to 79 as a 23.5 point favorite. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech did get the money. They beat Charleston Southern by 21. So Virginia Tech both won big, but Virginia Tech got the money. Providence didn't. Both teams are 1-0 to the over so far this season, but judging just off the eye test here for me a little bit, some of the long-term trends, it feels like dating back to last season, I'm going to go under here with Providence and Virginia Tech in this one. 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Give me the under here in this one with Providence and Virginia Tech at 156. I will take the under in this one. All right, look at these. Arkansas and Michigan State. That sounds like a pretty good game as well here. You got Michigan State favored by only 1.5 here in this matchup tonight. Michigan State's 1-0. Arkansas is 1-0 so far this season, but Michigan State did not get the money in their 80 to 69 win over Colorado 5 days ago. I'm sorry, over Colgate 5 days ago. For Arkansas, they did get the money. They beat up on Southern 109-77, getting laying 27.5, and they got there. So Arkansas covered. Michigan State did not. Both teams went over in that first game so far this season. So I think for me here are with Arkansas and Michigan State in this one. I'm going to take the Hogs here to win at Michigan State. Give me Arkansas tonight. With an upset here on the road. I don't know about an upset, but they are the road team. Oh, man, I had the Tony's Picks. Sorry about that, gang. Can always go over to Tony's Picks. All right. Uh-oh. Okay, there I am. Thought it disappeared. I might have to. This show might be over. Here, Timmy, we don't get it going. I think Timmy does like the over, though, and I'm going to take Arkansas here tonight. I got one more here, and then the show's over. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on Night Moves. How about one more? you guys, Mr. Wester says, what about Gonzaga? Well, what about them? We got to have Gonzaga here. If they're going to play, we're going to talk about them. They're favored by 9.5 over OU. Both teams come in 1-0 so far this season. Both teams coming out 1-0 against the spread. Oklahoma beat St. Francis 102-66. They've got the money. Gonzaga, meanwhile, 98-43 win over Texas Southern. Yeah, they got the money all right in that one. So let's see if you guys want to chime in here on the last game of Night Moves. Man, what a show, huh? All four sports, been 90 minutes with you. And really appreciate you joining me here on Night Moves. We'll be back tomorrow to do it again with the NFL here this weekend. All right, for me, I'm on Gonzaga to rock here. Give me the Zags. Come on. I'm taking Gonzaga here to win, cover 10 points over Oklahoma here in this one after they won big. Yeah, Oklahoma got the money in their game too, but Oklahoma did go over in their first game. That was 168 points to the 149 total. Meanwhile, Gonzaga did go under as they scored with their opponent Texas Southern 140 points, 141. And the total was 158. So the under came home in that one. All right, I think that's going to do it here for Night Moves for Saturday, November 8th. Thank you for joining me, everybody, here on the show. Really appreciate you joining me, and we'll be back tomorrow with more Night Moves with the NFL action here. So make sure you head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and check out our premium picks. Absolutely, my best picks are every day. Hey, you see me all over YouTube on different channels and different shows. Just know that my best picks are right here at Tony'sPicks.com every day. So thanks a lot for joining me here on Night Moves, and we'll see you tomorrow here for the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Night Moves.